Welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And we have our C-list editor at the
Brian.
station, Brian. Our A-list editor is still on a bit of a family relief. So,
What the heck was that, Brian?
A bit of sabbatical.
Say your name again, right?
Brian. Sorry.
Okay.
Brian.
At first, I just heard Brian.
I know.
You know, they're possessed with some kind of demon.
It really is near Halloween, y'all.
It is almost that time of the year.
Boom.
All right, well,
By the way,
Dice Jay, we're
demonetized.
going to talk about stuff. Let's talk about stuff. First thing on our
Good
list is good news.
So
good
rare.
news about microtransactions. I mean, that's like a oxymoron or something.
It's
Yeah.
what I expected from Cyberpunk, but I love it when they just tweak the nose of Call of Duty and the other ones by going honk honk and like making these statements that literally mock.
Which, I mean,
the other
we've already
companies.
seen this type of behavior with them with Witcher and stuff like that, where they've released DLC and stuff for free. And once again, you know, this is coming from some of the developers who are like, yeah, you know, we know that microtransactions aren't coming at release, and they were basically going, yeah, and if they come afterwards, that would be a bad idea. Now, this is from the developers; they don't have control over that, but it's nice to know that in house, that is the consensus coming out of there. So, you know, anytime, especially a game I'm looking forward to see that they have people not thinking of doing stupid things is a good time.
Well, because all it is now is that games are just thinking ahead and going, hey, no microtransactions when we first put this out. You know, now we're going to wait until after everyone's reviewed it, got our Metacritic score, all that. No microtransactions. I think one of the Call of Duties is doing that right now, and that's been raising a lot of fuss. That they're like, hey, don't worry, they're not in yet.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I think it also gives you a little more insurance. I mean, with this current games, it's been hard for me to pre-order something because of things like this. When you keep going through and sort of pounding these type of ideas out there, it makes me feel a little safer on pre-ordering. It makes me feel like, okay, I don't feel like I'm gonna be losing out if I go ahead and pre-order this game.
No, it's a good idea too, because like you say, it's get to the point where trust is hard to give, because we just get screwed over so often with these games. You get a game that was designed to be unplayable without microtransactions. That's annoying.
Yeah.
And it's really stupid because, like, people have pointed out, whatever happened to just making a game and selling people the game for what they paid it? Like, I know it's easy, but it's also freaking annoying, and I'm worried it's going to damage the gaming market as a whole. That people are going to lose interest in gaming to a degree because it becomes too prevalent.
Yeah.
So luckily, we still have CD Projekt Red out there trying to put out a game that when you buy it, you can play it from the beginning to end, and you ain't got to buy crap.
Yeah. Now, I did see some other interesting news come out about them. I know they were a little worried about ratings and some of that stuff, especially in other countries because of a lot of the content. But they did say they're trying their best not to censor anything, and that if they do have to censor, they're going to try to censor for a region and not for everybody. So I thought that was...
But the pride of the dignity of our country. what are they doing? Don't they understand how this works?
Hey, we can't lose that Chinese money.
I think like Australia basically threatened to give them like an NC-17 type rating.
Nobody gives a hell about Australia. They're not the new red state.
Alrighty. So it's just something I saw pop up on my Facebook from Netflix that I thought was really cool. If you've ever read the Bone comic book series, they're actually looking at doing an animated series on Netflix. Could be good, could be bad. You know, anytime you're adapting something that is beloved, you know, it's a tightrope.
Well, also it's Netflix, so it's always a gamble.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, Netflix brought us Luke Cage, but Netflix also brought us Iron Fist. like was it out of the same people dang there? So
Yeah.
you're just like, how did you do that? It's like getting a plate of the finest steak out of a kitchen, and then next you just get like a rotten. I was gonna say something real nasty, but let's say you just get crap. We'll say that you get crap, and you're just like, these came out of the same kitchen. That's what I feel about Netflix. Netflix sometimes
Well, then they
amazing,
turn around and put
crap.
out like the Legend of Wu, which is a better Iron Fist.
Yeah, I know. And then they'll do something where it's like, look at all this Big Mouth and all these thought-provoking and diverse shows that are like Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones, motherfucker. And you're just like, whoa, I don't know what Netflix is about, man. You don't know what they'll do next.
Yeah.
They might be throwing out the next Brie Larson stupid unicorn movie, or they might be
Well,
throwing out another
also,
hard-hitting.
It may also be one of those things you just sort of got to wait to see who's going to be doing it, because I think Netflix is also a lot more pulled back from the producers and the directors, sort of letting them do their thing, which is why you have so many different ideas and thought processes on these TV shows and series that they throw out, is because Netflix isn't sticking their hands in there so much. They're sort of letting the people creating it do what
I
they
knew that
want.
when I saw that after the Sticks and Stones, they put up Bill Burr's comedy special. I was like, Bill Burr, oh crap. Oh, you guys ain't scared of nothing. And you know what? It was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was beautiful.
You can say one thing about Amazon and Netflix. They have not been afraid to take some chances on some things.
Yeah.
And some of them have worked and some of them have bombed horribly.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost as if
Good
they're an
Omens
entertainment
and-
channel that doesn't censor what they put out and actually allow all kinds of material onto their, their platform, which is what I want. I don't want anybody to be left out in the rain. But note, that means anybody, put it out there.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Let's jump over to a random encounter before we go into this next topic.
Yeah, but who cares what Jim Carrey has to say?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we call in the business a tease,
Oh.
folks. A tease.
But you want to display that random encounters
I
list?
did,
This is
right
our
there.
random. You displayed it to us. You didn't display it to everybody else. I was
I
watching.
am.
We're
I've got that
watching you.
screen over here now.
We can see
come
you.
on now.
You thought you could just do what you want, didn't you?
I've gone rogue.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's get a roll here and see what we got to talk about. All right, we got a 4. Nostalgia Gold. What was your favorite trick or treat candy to get for Halloween?
Ooh, now, no, you can see that as trick or treat, or he says, what was your favorite trick?
No, I think
Favorite
it's trick
treat.
or treat candy. Yeah.
I was going to say, though, I had some good tricks on Halloween.
Oh.
Wait, I didn't mean like that, dude. I wasn't out there earning my candy that way.
You know,
on that
I
street,
mean-
on that street corner.
You
I need that candy
emphasized
corn.
it in such a way. I'm just like, is he going there? Like,
It's like, look
like,
at me,
is he,
I'm black. I'm
is he
cat
turning-
lady meow.
Is he turning tricks for Halloween candy?
I
mean,
need that candy
The
corn
original,
bad, bitch.
the original Catwoman was black. You know what I'm saying?
I need that candy corn, bitch.
So there's these candies that come in like the orange and black wrappers, and they have like a peanut. They're like a caramel with a peanut
Oh
butter
yes,
center.
Jesus Christ, I remember those.
And they're only out around Halloween.
It was that would come in black and orange wrappers.
Yeah. So that's one of my go-tos for Halloween.
Oddly enough, I'm one of the few people. I don't want too much of it, but I've got to get, if I can, at least a handful of candy corn. I actually like candy corn only around Halloween, and only a bit of it. You don't want a lot, but like if I don't have some candy corn around Halloween, it doesn't feel like I had Halloween. So I always look forward to getting a little. The key part is you don't eat too much candy corn, man. You'll
maybe
get
like,
sick of it.
You get one of those little bitty little plastic things that has like 10.
Yeah,
10
yeah.
candy
That's
corn
perfect.
in it,
That's
you know?
about right, lad. You want for the only time the fun size BS candy's okay is when it's candy corn.
I mean, because otherwise, it's such pure sugar, man. I mean,
Oh no, yeah. You also, if you want to live, yeah. So it's like, but for
but
some
I mean,
reason,
same
the taste.
thing. Like, okay, I'm a fat boy, and when I was a kid, I used to eat a lot of candy. But now with the black and orange wrappers, as long as I'll get about 4 of them, and that's about it.
And every now and then, they'll bring up to my job the Salt Lake City taffy, and that's pretty good. The real one, not these offshoot BS. The good stuff.
Editor, you have one?
I think you said he likes
No,
the orange and black.
I got a couple of them because like back in the day, you used to go to somebody's house and you actually got like homemade candy. And you sometimes get like really good, like those popcorn balls. I ain't talking about the mass produced ones. or you got like a candy apple, and you got the really good, from a grandma who like sat there all day in the kitchen making it.
That's some white stuff.
Yeah.
That's some white people stuff. I don't know. You can't walk with no black kid and be like, look, I made this. Hell no, man.
Yeah, that's razor blades and that shit.
Oh my God!
Like, you the one they told us not to go by your house because you be in the kitchen. Grown ass man making candy, talking about, here, I made this for you. I promise there's nothing funny in it.
That's why I got that new van of mine. I mean,
all right, so let's get back to the news.
Where you find this dude? Homemade candy for people and eating it too. Like he was turning tricks. He wasn't into it.
you know what? Fuck you. Right? I grew up in a nice, nostalgic American neighborhood. All right.
Read that. Did that not just sound racist as hell? That sound like I grew up in an all-white picket fence neighborhood with good, hard-working people. As Hillary said, good, hard-working people.
Oh, so Jim Carrey weighs in on the discussion to redesign Sonic.
Not really. He just kind of goes, meh.
This actually came out a few weeks ago. This actually is just a prelude to the what comes next.
But a few weeks ago, like 2 months ago.
Or 2 months ago, yeah, whatever.
You're late to the dance.
But anyway, and in this article, he was talking about how, the Sonic redesign with it being a fan push thing. He wasn't sure how it would turn out. Basically changing the creative process. By outrage, but he'd wait and see. And we also have to this week the first look at the new Sonic. Our editor's being slow there. I don't know why he removed it from the screen instead of just hitting the next tab, but it happens. So that's what it originally looked like, and the new look is further down.
Why does it gotta have a mustache?
Good
Lord! Every time I look at that thing,
there
it's
it is. There's the new look. If you're listening to the podcast, just type in.
It looks more like Sonic.
Just type in new look, and I'm sure to pop up. But it looks a lot like the original Sonic. Yeah. You have a much more classic Sonic look instead of some weird thing. I don't know, man.
Yeah, so it looks like somebody actually tried to splice a human genes with like a hedgehog and then dunked it in blue paint. No, this one looks a lot better. Still slight differences. If you're just really anal, they haven't done the arms and legs in the brown color, but that's not a big deal to me. He looks fine. But they got the gloves. They got the shoes that look more like the Sonic shoes.
Just the head shape in general is what really got me, And so having that head shape in general is much better.
And I mean, because you were never going to be able to pull off a Sonic looks real. It's a freaking blue hedgehog. I don't know what these people were thinking. It's like this was going to be a freaking Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of style movie from the beginning. It's going to be real people with an animated companion. You can't make a blue hedgehog. Well, you can make it look realistic. It becomes nightmare fuel, as we have learned.
It worked for Detective Pikachu.
And I agree with Jim Carrey in the sense of sometimes allowing people to weigh in on your vision and trying to appease all the fans go bad, except in this case, because you can't look at that, even if you don't know what Sonic the Hedgehog is supposed to look like. All somebody had to do was hold up a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog next to that, and even he should have been able to look at it and go, oh, no, I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah, that's terrible. Like, you don't have to know what this is about to see how off the trails they went with this attempt. Like, really, I mean, that's how far to me. It's not even close.
I mean, even if you never played Sonic, just looking at that thing was not something like.
Yeah. Even if you weren't trying to make him look like Sonic, you can make him not look so horrific.
Yeah. I don't think it was going to be easy to go, oh, man, they're trying to attack that thing, that scary thing that's shooting out electricity.
Look, all I'm going to say is this. I have watched a raccoon have a dramatic scene about his bad traumatic backstory in a movie, and it was sold to me. They can fucking do Sonic better. A raccoon with a gun and a bad attitude. I'm sorry, but Guardians of the Galaxy ruined them thinking they can get away with that bull crap. I saw a talking tree make me want to cry when it's like, we are Groot. Groot! You're telling me that they can sell a tree and a gun-toting raccoon, but you can't put a damn hedgehog in some sneakers and it doesn't make children cry? That was lazy. Okay, it was late. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. I agree.
All I'm saying is that it'd be different if I couldn't literally point at a movie and go, "Could you paint Rocket blue?" That would be better. If you dunk Rocket in a bucket of blue paint, you come out with a better Sonic than they put together.
Oh,
Well, you got the crazy ass.
woo! All right.
I'm tired of lazy. I'm tired of half-assed.
Speaking of
My
lazy,
childhood can't take much more.
we often complain about the lack of co-op and multi-cross-platform games, and so when I saw this compiled list, I was like, hey. We talk about it not being a popular thing. There not being many games about it. Let's share this list because it is something we've talked about. So Tweaktown put tweaktown.com or tweakittown.com put out an article basically listing a bunch of cross-platform games, especially now that PS4 has finally released the code so that they can start doing cross-platform better. And this is a list. It actually comes with the list of games that are just two system cross-platform to all system cross-platform. So if you're interested in that, like we are, I mean, this is a list I'm going to reference back to, and just see. Hopefully they'll keep it updated or something, or re-release it later on as things get updated, because I thought this was really good to see put together. And I like playing games with my friends, and we don't always have the same systems. So,
yeah, we specifically don't. We both have PC, but like you got PlayStation, I've got Xbox.
So anyway, so check that out. Drop that into the chat for us, the link for that, if you don't mind, Brian.
And the whole chat crashes. He just crashes the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're watching him, Brian. We're literally looking.
He took him a little bit. He figured
it
out.
There we go. Yeah,
but yeah, so it's in the chat link if anybody's interested in checking that out. Sir. I also will throw it in the description of the podcast so that.
Will you? Will you really?
I might.
Okay. Don't make promises, man.
Hey,
say you will attempt.
I will.
Spider-Man's got you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's do another random encounter real quick here.
Already?
Q.
All right. I'm always good. I can perform under pressure.
Yeah.
After all, Halloween, them tricks, man, it was hard work.
18. Mother.
Yes. It's good, man. Blood Axe, I wish you were here, man. I got him. We did it, man. Me and you, we did it.
Xeno Stinky Monsters. What the hell? Blood Axe.
I want a subject for you.
This is all Blood Axe's fault. Just saying.
Come up with our funkiest monster,
Monster
man.
with a foul smell ability worse than a troglodyte.
I know one, but I like to see the look on your face as you think. Since he claims he's been gaming as long as me. Let's show your veteran chops. Why don't you pull something out of Hackmaster, man? Something nobody would think of. What was the funkiest thing in Hackmaster?
I can't. I mean, they mostly just duplicated D&D.
Right, I'll jump in here.
There's one of the witches that have what is that? The Bog Witch?
Oh yeah, there's one of them hags. I think that is funk nasty. But for
the
me,
Bog Hag,
it would always be a friend of mine, a gamer, a friend of mine's tabletoppers. He loved the Otuya, which if you remember is the literal aberration that lives in sewers and eats. Well, it lives in sewers and eats sewer content. It is basically one of the closest things D&D has to just a pure poop monster, and it is the most disgusting creature. And I've always considered it far worse than a troglodyte. Like, these things cause filth fever. They are just nasty. I mean, they're basically sewer dwellers, except that unlike certain turtles that eat pizza, these things eat what comes natural to sewers. They are the most disgusting creature out there. I also think one of the demons or devils, like the very basic one, is a lemur. is also basically a big pile of poop.
Yeah, shit demon.
Yeah, basically the shit demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I always reminds me of Jay. I think it was Dogma. Dogma had the.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's basically what it was. It was like I
Yeah.
think I can't remember if it was the devils or demons. That like the most base one is basically a pile of poop.
Yeah.
Like that's how bad it is to go there. It's like you start off as a pile of poop, but you can work your way up. There's an advancement plan.
Well, no, I remember there was some stinky area like that in the Rise of the Rune Lords campaign. Remember there was like the
the necromancy
Yeah.
forge.
Just had
oh wait, we're ruining it. Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay. Let's just say this. This is how good Paizo is. They did not forget the sewer level when they wrote Rise of the Rune Lords. There's a sewer level.
and they made it a high level sewer level.
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah, it actually has it had a poop demon that almost drowned our paladin.
Yeah.
And we couldn't save her because no one would jump in the poop to save her because everybody was like, I'm not
Nope,
going in
nope.
there, man.
I don't like that
You're
paladin
being
enough.
drowned by a monster made out of poop. You better freaking pray to... Her God saved her because we weren't.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't the one you pray to every morning. You better call on him.
I mean, yeah, our people were relatively clean, so they were just like, yeah, nah.
I got out of that dungeon without a lick of poop on me.
And our paladin was like a half orc, so we're just like, hey, you know.
She was the only one that couldn't fly, so she was just trudging through and just like, we're just like floating along, like, man, that must suck. Necklace of Adaption, you can't smell the stank.
And also it reminds me, you remember, what was that movie?
We went off on a poop tangent.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
With David Bowie.
Sounds like a new
Whatever,
breed of
yeah.
dog. The
David
new
Bowie.
Labyrinth.
Anyway, yeah, David Bowie. He had the pit, the stink pit.
Oh, the bog of
The
eternal stench
yeah.
or something. Yeah, like
One toe, and you know, never.
yeah, like everybody's greatest fear was not being executed; it was being sent there.
Yeah.
Tra la la, David Bowie.
All right. Enough of that smelly business. Let's talk about Capcom. Capcom plans to revive dormant IPs after massive success
Mega Man.
with Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter.
Mega Man.
I mean, they already said they were going to do Mega Man. I saw in something else.
Mega Man
but I mean,
X.
they keep screwing it up.
Mega
so.
Man Legends. I'm saying this for Kitsune. He's a huge Mega Man fan too. He's been wanting Mega Man Legends 3 for like ever.
I mean, they
I want more Mega Man X.
I mean, Mega Man. Hopefully they'll do it over.
Man, they said
I don't know, man.
They said Ghosts and Goblins.
mind
I
a
remember
reboot.
that.
Oh yeah, Ghost and Goblins.
Because I hated
yeah.
the Mega Man XZ series.
That was just something that the writer had said.
Yeah, that's what I said. I saw him
But,
mention that. I said, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
But
I was agreeing
basically,
with
you know,
him.
Capcom was just saying that they think that revisiting old titles that they sort of dropped a long time ago is a good idea. So
You mean what we've been asking?
yeah,
all the
whatever
time.
what everybody's been asking for. Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that thing we've been asking you for. We've been holding up money going. I mean, if after Mighty Number 9 and how much money got thrown at that, I can't believe Capcom did
For
not
it
put
to
out a Mega
suck.
Man game. Yeah, and you know what? If somebody tried to make another one, they'd probably still get money thrown at it because we really want Mega Man.
Oh Jesus Christ! They were
Oh,
releasing that.
what?
I'm on the net. I was looking over it in the first one. I remember that movie.
Johnny
Oh,
Tsunami.
okay. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next article. Being our editors, go ahead and
It's
just
called a
push that
tease.
forward. We can't talk about Capcom anymore because of our editor. Just so y'all know, if y'all
Look,
wanted to
man,
hear,
he's
any,
apparently a Disney man. you know?
yeah.
I remember Mr. Boogie, the asshole. All right. I was a child in the '80s. Okay.
Disney Plus unleashes an epic Twitter list of movies we've all forgotten about. I think this was in a push to talk about their Disney Plus and what all is going to be on there, which is a whole bunch of really old movies from Disney and I think Fox.
I'm just looking at this going like, I have not seen anything. They're like, hey, look at all these movies we forgot. It's like, we had a reason. Like, we had a reason we forgot some of those.
I even saw where there was another article I was reading where it was talking about Disney apparently has taken some of the really nostalgic Fox titles and edited the 20th Century Fox logo with the Disney logo also on it.
Ooh,
you know,
that's cold.
and I'm
They're
talking about
taking
these
credit for
old,
stuff they
like
had nothing to
old
do
black
with.
and white Christmas movie, type thing.
They gotta let them know they own it.
Yeah,
It's like, we
yeah.
want you to know who the hell's movie
Well,
this
apparently
is.
they don't do it to all of them, so they've really just been hitting up the iconic ones, the
Like-
feel good movies,
Like
and
Die
stuff.
Hard, the
Uh,
iconic one.
I
Hey,
think
that's
more
a
of the
Christmas movie.
more of the feel good stuff,
Oh.
not as much of the.
Die
Hard
Hard's
didn't make you
feel
feel
good.
Well, I mean,
That's
it
a
made me
feel-good
feel
movie.
good, but it's not like what's that iconic black and white Christmas movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful
Jungle
Life.
Fever?
There you go.
Oh. Different black and white. Sorry.
The one with all the
With
Macy's
Jimmy
stuff.
Stewart. It's not Macy's.
Huh?
It was Jimmy Stewart. There was no
The
Macy's.
Macy's one
There
was
is
like
no
Miracle
Macy's.
on-
Miracle on
34th Street.
34th Street. That's the one I was thinking of.
It's a Wonderful Life had no Macy's. It
No,
was
no,
a guy
no.
fighting giant
Yeah,
corporations.
I
no,
wanna
no,
live.
no,
I
no. It's a
wanna
Wonderful
live.
Life is not one of them they did it to. They did it to the Miracle on
34th Street, where
Yeah,
the guy
the-
believes he's Santa
the
Claus.
more up the
Hey,
up spirited.
he
ones,
was
you
Santa Claus.
know.
He believed he was Santa Claus.
You know what, Brian? You go to hell.
But they got a house at the end.
Yeah, just like he said. And she
Yeah.
got a new daddy.
Yeah. I wonder why that happened.
All righty. And before that goes downhill, let's talk about Scarlett Johansson pushing for all woman Marvel
Oh, I
movie.
can't wait for this one.
I thought this was already done.
I'm
Like,
looking
I
at
mean,
Q.
this apparently came out. They were talking about after Endgame. I thought they had already pushed for this before Endgame as
Brie
well.
Larson
Yeah,
was
Brie
pushing
Larson
for
did
it.
it
And now
first.
Scarlett Johansson, who I was respecting because I really was enjoying her saying I should be able to play what I want. She actually didn't seem to be on it, and now she's pushing for that too. And you're
Well,
just
this
like,
is also variety, so I don't know how much of a.
I mean, I don't even know how the heck
matters,
this would work. Her character, well, I mean, they actually spoil it in the articles, I guess. Spoilers.
They do.
They actually spoil it in the article. I'm literally
I
looking
think at
at
this
it.
point,
Well,
if you
you
haven't
haven't seen
seen
it,
Endgame,
you-
Okay, so Black Widow's dead. So I'm even like, well, what the heck are you? So you're pushing for everyone else to have it like a movie without you? Like, I don't even know how that works. Like,
yeah.
but okay, look.
I mean, that
You know what? Screw it. I'm flipping script because it ain't gonna be done until it's over. Make the damn all-female Avengers movie so we can be done with it. Just
I
make
mean,
it
the
all
thing is
female
I don't
movie.
see that there's a problem with it. There's been comics with the all-female,
They need a few more
groups
characters for
before.
it though. Like I'd like them to go ahead and launch She-Hulk.
but it's usually only like a handful of them. It's usually not like they're just grabbing every female. And like you did say, I don't think they've introduced enough of the female characters to make a really good, cohesive.
The only
group.
characters I would have wanted to see were Black Widow.
Mhm.
Oh god, that's just bad. I don't know her name because she's one of my favorite characters from Black Panther. But the captain of his captain of his guard from Black Panther, the bald-headed female warrior. I like her or the sister. Both of those are interesting. And I like Scarlet Witch. Those are about the only ones. Valkyrie doesn't have enough personality for me to care if she was in the movie, and we know how I feel about Captain Marvel. Now,
Well,
if
the
they
problem
bring out
is-
She-Hulk,
The
I'd
other
like
problem
to see
is
She-Hulk.
power levels. Like there's certain female groups. Like you throw Captain Marvel in, it's a Captain Marvel movie because of her power level. Like she's on she's on a different tier than most of the other female Avengers.
Technically, Valkyrie is an Asgardian, so I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a general issue with some of that based on who you throw
I
in
mean,
there.
you might be able to do Valkyrie, Captain Marvel, and Scarlet Witch, and be able to pull a three team out that they have enough power
But
that
Scarlet
they're
Witch
not
is the only one with any charisma out of that. Like I said,
Yeah.
that would be now. Maybe she could carry the movie. It does happen, but if they're gonna do an all-female movie, I'd like to see She-Hulk out before the movie. Don't
Mhm.
pull a DC. Like actually give her own show or movie. Introduce her because I've always liked She-Hulk. I'm actually a She-Hulk fan, so I like to see her in there, flesh it out a little bit. But none of them are funny. None are really comedic. I don't see where they would be able to get a real good vibe going with the current roster they had to pick from. Because look at the Avengers. You had characters like Thor that was kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of silly. You know, you had Iron Man who was like charismatic and suave.
Mhm.
You had Captain America who's the Boy Scout. You don't have this with the female characters put together right now. You got Valkyrie who's the female, and you've got Captain Marvel who's a female. You got Black Widow, who's actually complex. You've got Scarlett Johansson, who's pretty complex. So you got like 2 that have a personality, and then 2 who don't. That's why I think if you're doing She-Hulk's kind of smart talking. You know, she used to actually be kind of Deadpoolish, even with all the trash talking and fourth walling. So she could actually add a little bit more of what they think they need to make it work. So I think they need She-Hulk before they do that.
I can see that.
I think she'd be the heart of the team and be the fun one too. So because she's almost like a cross between Thor and Hulk in personality, so it would work. So get She-Hulk, then do it. Then it'll work. I'm for
and you also had a lot of the female groups also after you had the X-Men, which also has a much larger amount of
way better roster.
people to
Oh
pull
my god,
from as a good roster.
dude! Would you even realize it was all female movie if it was an X-Men female movie? Because there's so many female X-Men that are badass, you wouldn't even notice the men.
The
were
reference
gone.
to the comic. I mean, you see an issue that's all the girls doing stuff. It was usually something that sort of flowed with the story. The girls were out together. And then something happened, and they go out and they have their own sort of.
You know how many times I've seen the X-Men are in a battle, and I'm like, oh, this team of X-Men's here. And I never even noticed to go like, oh, wait, there was no dudes. Like, you don't even realize it because they carry that they do. They're fine. They don't need a guy.
That's the other thing when you keep throwing around, I want an all-female this, all-female that. It's a bit concerning because at first you're like, okay, well, like, is it being all female the crux of the story?
Yeah. Do you have?
Or do we have a good story and the cast happens to be all female?
And now you see my problem because they're not even trying to get together a good team where they're balanced yet. That's what I'm saying. Get a team of female characters that work well together, then do it so they can work.
Can I bring up something?
Sure, go ahead.
DC's already actually doing this with the Birds of Prey movie coming out in February. This is all female. Now, Ewan McGregor's the bad guy in it. He's Black Mask, but DC's kind of beat them to it already. And Birds of Prey was an all-female group. Now they're throwing Harley Quinn in there just because they got Margaret Robbie and they want to make tons of cash.
Well, I mean,
how that movie wouldn't float without her. Like, it's not a Birds of Prey movie. It's a Harley Quinn movie.
Well,
they're calling Birds of Prey, but we know it's a Harley Quinn movie.
DC beat them for the female lead with Wonder Woman as well.
That was a good movie. Gal Gadot did a good job.
And Wonder Woman did good. It was a good movie. So, I mean, not all DC just like, it's like we do one good and then we're shit for like 3 movies.
You know what? Crossover. Put Wonder Woman in there, then it'll work. I'd like to see Wonder Woman kick the crap out of Brie Larson. I mean, Captain Marvel. Wow, I accidentally. Freudian slip. I literally just called it. I'd like to see Gal Gadot beat the crap out of Brie Larson, and I'd like to see Wonder Woman beat the crap out of Ms. Marvel. I will Captain Marvel. I will put my money on that. Wow. I will pay for that. Oh, God, that's what they're going to do. They're going to put Ms. Marvel in it. That's what it is. Oh, I figured it out. The other one's Ms. Marvel. She'll be the heart of the team. She'll be their Spider-Man. After they've gotten through teabagging Spider-Man, they'll switch him out from Ms. Marvel. And they'll probably even say the words, finally, a competent spunk like teenage sidekick.
Oh. Speaking of female leads, I know you made a promise last episode, Brian, about watching Batwoman to see what all.
You're still alive.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
didn't gnaw off any limbs.
So I'm assuming you actually kept your promise and you watched Batwoman.
Yeah, I'm billing you for 2 hours of my life, and yes, I actually watched.
So we can get an honest review.
Yeah. So what did you think about Batwoman, man?
I think the title actress Ruby Rose is terrible as an actress.
I've heard.
I mean, there was like no emotion in anything. It's like her sister died, and it's just like the same look. I mean, she's fighting bad guys. The same look. There is no range in her acting, which drags down the plot as you go on. You know what I'm saying? You can't lose yourself in it because you just don't feel like there's any stakes on her level. They didn't really push a lot of the social justice warrior stuff. I mean, they mentioned it. And like in the comic, I went back and looked up some stuff like, the military academy when she got thrown out because she wouldn't say she wasn't lesbian. Mm-hmm. They threw that in there, but they used it as plot points to bring her back to Gotham because her former lover.
And that didn't bother me because that is
And so there was some stuff like that. It was
the things that got me
it was predictable
from the trailer was like. She basically stole Batman's equipment.
She blatantly does it.
Then goes,
make it perfect.
It'll actually be better because it's for a woman now.
And then they throw shade on They throw shade on Morgan. Well, I guess it's supposed to be like Morgan Freeman's son, that Lucius
Yeah, Lucius
Fox.
Fox's kid. They
Yeah,
shaded,
she's
she
like,
calls him.
"You're not
like,
even half the man he was." And I'm like, "Damn." Okay, here's another thing too. She
Mhm.
scales up Wayne Enterprises, and I know Batman's gone and everything else, and nobody knows her get in there. It's like freaking Wayne Enterprises. Like no one is watching nothing, you know.
I heard she rode the Batcycle right into the damn garage of the Wayne. Like,
She does. And
like,
he,
how does
he
no one not
yells
know
at
who
her.
she is? She
Yeah.
just rode the motorcycle right in, like, hey, look, there's Batwoman.
And like she hardly does anything to like hide her identity.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then they had done a thing where in the preview where she was mad because people were mistaking her for Batman.
they haven't done that yet. They haven't got that far yet.
And so in the thing, she's like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna let them give credit to a man for what a woman's doing." And I'm over here
haven't got
going,
there.
"Wait a second, aren't you trying to hide your identity? If they think you're a dude, isn't that like great?"
Well,
You
and the thing
know,
is, like,
like-
look,
Like, hey, guys, you're getting it wrong. I'm a woman, so I can help you narrow that
Yeah,
down.
let's narrow it down.
Who
some.
came into town recently right before I just appeared?
and
Just
the
do
thing
your
is,
math.
Batman has been gone when the series starts. You know, Batman's been gone for like 3 years. So like, Gotham has descended into a crime rhythm cesspool. You know, so they want a hero to come back. You know, and so that's that's why. I don't understand why they're giving credit to a man. Well, that's all there's ever been was a Batman, and the city wants that back. You know, that protector. So I don't know how they're gonna play that. That didn't come up in the first 2 episodes. Another thing that was so it was predictable. I didn't read a lot of Batwoman or anything like that. I didn't know it. There's a character called Alice, who's the bad guy, and I was like, that's her sister that she lost in a car accident. And
Hey, they haven't checked a knife. They don't know.
Oh God! At this point, they beat you over the head with it. Either it's the greatest red herring in TV history, or it's her.
I gotta
fucking
admit
sister.
that 2 episodes in, they seem to have spoiled that. So now, if they make that not it's not going to be a twist. It's just going to be poor
Pissing off-
storytelling
yeah.
because they played on it. But I've heard that the lady playing Alice is doing okay. That she's actually not that bad.
She is awesome. She steals every scene she's in. That's what I'm saying.
That's not hard,
I would
though.
rather watch her than Ruby Rose.
Well, no, that's what I also heard though. That's not hard though. Like every scene she's in, she's with Ruby and people who are
no
not.
matter who she's in it with, yeah, she just steals the scene. I mean, she's
Well,
the Heath
yeah.
Ledger of female bad guys that they've done for DC.
I mean,
so far.
we've seen that in other movies where they cast somebody really good for the villain and they don't cast somebody good with for the hero, and that really destroys the storytelling because it's like, well, you know, I want to like the hero, but this dude's sort of cool, you know, or this lady's cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of rooting for Alice to like blow up Gotham. I was like, she's crazy,
Still
and I
rooting
like
for
her.
her. I mean, at least take out Batwoman so we can get a real hero in there.
Oh,
At this point, I'll take Nightwing.
But-
This would be a great way to start the Nightwing series. He swoops in and saves this series.
But again, it wasn't like, you know, it's a bad show. It's just like
Yeah.
a nah. I mean, if I never watch another episode, I'm not gonna be upset I missed it.
yeah.
I feel
There's
that way.
also other plot holes because, like, Batman's been gone for 3 years. Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl.
They mentioned Robin, but never say where Robin went.
Like, what about Batgirl, Barbara Gordon? Unless she's in a wheelchair right now, she's still doing the Oracle thing. Then where is she?
All right, again, you know,
Yeah.
they haven't mentioned any of that. So I mean, again, it's only 2 episodes in.
Azrael,
they
I mean,
may
you know.
throw some stuff in there.
But they went way down the list to get the Batwoman. Like, they dropped through past a lot of viable heroes.
And
you know.
they've you know, and I know it is connected to their other DC shows a little bit. You know,
Yeah, I think this one is supposed to be in the
Arrow
same universe as Green Arrow and Flash.
Legends of Tomorrow, Flash,
and Legends
and all
of
that.
Tomorrow.
Then what about them? Can he take a break? There's enough friggin' archers now in the other damn
Well,
city.
this is the last season for Arrow.
Yeah. There's rumors they're going to kill off Green Arrow at the end of the season.
That was the end
I
of
might have
last
to tune in for that
season,
episode.
Was the teaser for the end of last season? Like he's dead. They're all at like his grave.
Yeah. I'm
That was the
curious on that, but
Whatever happened to Doctor Who?
huh?
That just freaking disappeared. All the talk on that.
Because nobody cares anymore.
Wow. Because, like, I just
Oh.
remember, like, we were following that, and then that just disappeared.
All right, let me change. Nobody in this room cares anymore. There's still an audience.
Like, they even, like, I
Are-
just
are
thought
there
that was
any
funny that I was
Whovians
just
left?
thinking about that.
Are
Like,
there any Whovians left?
There will always be Whovians,
Yeah.
Did they
sir.
jump the ship?
They can watch the old seasons.
Oh yeah, no, I'm still a Doctor Who fan. I just don't care for this new stuff.
Sorry that came out of nowhere, guys, but I just thought about that because I was thinking about what would be a great episode of someone dying, and I was like, I'd watch the current Doctor Who die, man. That'd be high ratings. And I was like, what is going on with that? Like, that just went radio silent. You know?
I mean, I've had a lot of high hopes for the new stuff. Like, dude, you know me. I liked a lot of the early Doctors. I wanted to like Peter
Capaldi,
yeah. You know, I wanted
I
to
didn't
like
watch
Capaldi.
the damn show. None of the guys.
And I liked Capaldi.
His first episode had so much promise,
but I didn't care for his seasons. You know, like I liked him as an actor. I didn't care for his seasons. And then, I mean, hell, the lady who's playing the current Doctor, I've seen her in a couple of other things, and she wasn't a bad actor. To me, she wasn't, you know, I don't think as good as Capaldi as an actor, but she wasn't a bad actor. But Doctor Who is just not being written well right now. It's just not that great of a show.
This is not her role, man. I'm with you on that. This is, I don't think she's a bad actress. I just think, maybe she even could have did this if they wrote something for her, but they wrote a weird, like educational political drama versus a sci-fi.
You keep seeing people complain about things about the show, and all you see is the cast and the producers and all that constantly trying to defend themselves
and attack the people that are criticizing them.
And attack the people who are criticizing them. Trying to make correlation with other things. Oh, well, you know, this was done once back then, so, you know.
Well,
it's just like,
and that's the thing.
Yeah, they did a lot of dumb stuff back in the original Doctor Who. There was bad episodes then, too.
I'll put it now like this, because I want to jump to this next one, because I want to rail on them. It is this, though. Attacking your critics does not make you good. Even if somebody tells you, we don't like the writing of your show, the acting's bad. If you go, but you're ugly, that doesn't change the fact that your show sucks. So I don't understand. So you need to stop that.
Yeah, but you lose though when you say that. Like what we just did, we critiqued, Batwoman. Mm-hmm. Nobody said nothing bad about the character or the actresses. Personally, we just said you as an actress are bad. That means you're bad at your craft. It doesn't mean that she's ugly. Ruby Rose is ugly.
All right, before we jump over to this next subject, let's roll a random encounter. Let's get our editor over there. If you'll reach over here and roll a die of some sort.
Give us your hand. Did it just make you watch more crap? That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, so we have, but you didn't have the dice came up. Good job. You roll a 9, so that is you're that guy, right? The oddest celebrity someone said you resemble.
I got a good story for that. I do.
All right, go ahead.
I was at work, selling cars, and someone told me I look like Randy Travis. I do not fucking look like Randy Travis.
I don't know what Randy Travis looks like, so.
He's a country singer.
I know who Randy Travis is.
That's why I said it's the oddest one I've ever been told. I
don't know. I mean, pull up a picture of Randy Travis. Let's see this.
I don't look like Randy Travis.
Oh, there you go. Come on, Randy Travis.
Yeah, we're gonna do 2019.
Okay, that's God, no.
Oh, that is not the picture that pulled up when I looked. Oh crap!
Wow, man.
Whoa!
How do we get a picture here? Yeah,
that's a little better than that other one.
Just display that page. That's fine. Just display it. Come on. There we go.
I don't look that way.
You do not look like Randy Travis. No.
You have a beard. What the hell?
Hold on, come over here real quick. Let's get you on
camera.
Yeah,
we need to put you on camera. So sorry, podcasters, you got to go check it out. But
here we go. Yeah.
I mean, you have the gray, but that's it. You have the hair. That's all.
Yeah, no.
You don't look like your face isn't flat like a bulldog. And you don't have the turkey gobble there.
All right, get off my camera now.
Oh, and not to mention, you have a freaking hobo beard, so I don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Hey.
I'm kidding.
Chicks dig the hobo beard.
Oh. All right, so, yeah.
He kind of looks like Reed Richards after he got on drugs. Not you, Randy Travis.
Thank you.
I mean, nobody has ever confused this ugly mug as a celebrities at all.
They thought that you were on Sons of Anarchy, but
Well,
they didn't know a
they
certain
thought that
person.
I was cosplaying Sons of Anarchy, or that I may have been on Sons of Anarchy when we had a Sons of Anarchy person at the con. But as far as a particular person, I've not that I can recall anyway. Have I? I just get the whole you're a nerd and you're a biker. You must be Sons of Anarchy. At this con.
Years ago, you were Big Shady, though.
All right.
Oh God, we're not going there. Come
I
on.
think we've avoided our.
You have one. Were you ever confused as a celebrity?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
And
I had to stop and think, and I was like, I've been confused for like a preacher. Like, there's a look-alike. I have a twin down here that when I saw a picture of him, he does look like me, but unfortunately, he's not famous.
I know. I've been confused as a lot of random people because like any fat dude with a beard, somebody will think I am that person because apparently all fat white dudes with a beard look alike.
Santa Claus.
I followed around the wrong guy at a con before, like, hey, that's Will. Oh wait, no, that's not him. That's a different person who crawled out of the basement.
Yeah.
Put on a black T-shirt.
Wow,
and
you
went to the con.
You really went that way on Zeno, huh?
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he does have a neck beard.
Do not have a neck beard.
Look at your neck.
I mean, right now I do. That's just because
Yeah.
I haven't shaved recently.
Yeah, no, that's
because
my way
somebody
of saying
got
shave.
rid of my hot water. My hot water heater went out for a bit. And,
What
You don't deserve hot water.
What were you two doing at the hot water?
You
went
have
out?
opposed our country's dignity, and we will make you suffer. We start with the water, and then we'll go for the rights. Speaking of
So
defending
let's talk
the
about
honor and dignity of our country.
Let's talk about Blizzard some more. Now, we talked about this last week. Blizzard has been in a bit of a controversy with the Hong Kong protesters with banning Hearthstone player for basically talking about free Hong Kong. So now even lawmakers have done bipartisan letters to Blizzard about how Blizzard's
Shit, even Marco Rubio got in on
Betraying
Yeah,
the
yeah.
country.
the
word you're looking for is treason.
well, and the thing is and this is what they also mentioned, and I think this is probably more what it's about than the actual Blizzard part of it, which they talk about just companies that are being pressured by China's money in general. So I think they don't really care, I think, about Blizzard probably, but they're utilizing this as a platform that is sort of pop culture right now.
It's a rallying call and a warning, because what it is that they're trying to separate. Basically, we're butting heads with the Chinese economy now. Our government's kind of said, oh crap, this is a threat. And they use Blizzard as an example to go, hey, we're going to start shining a light on you if you're not playing for the right team. And I kind of go, I get it. I mean, it would be different if it was just an economic thing, but the fact that there's pressure being put on our companies to censor and do things that are disapproved of with our own country makes you go, well, whose country standards are you upholding?
Well,
and currently, not us.
And on top
Blizzard.
of that, more on our side of things with gaming companies and so forth. I mean, we've seen this over and over again, not this particular issue, but just the fact that game companies have blown up over the years. These are companies that were started by a lot of people who were not necessarily business people. There's a lot of voices inside that are not very they're not as charismatic as a lot of businesses are. So you keep seeing them do stupid things. I mean, this whole Hong Kong thing, they could have approached it in a much different way, and the Hong Kong thing would have just slid on by. But because they made such a rash decision with such an action, people are learning about this Hong Kong protest that would have never have read about it or looked into it
Well,
before.
they started a movement.
Otherwise,
they hurt China, man.
They actually where yes, I think they were definitely trying to be on China's side here. They did a lot more damage to that cause than they did, pro-China.
They're that ally that goes, "Don't worry, sir. We won't let the enemies take the fields. We set them on fire ourselves." And it's just like,
but through social media, through press releases and stuff, we keep seeing game companies make bad reaction calls and make bad business calls. And to me, this is just another one in a line of game companies doing something stupid.
Yeah, but it's been pretty good, though. I mean, honestly, I'm glad it has made people turn their eyes toward this economic threat. It's actually the best thing that could have happened. Now, it's a shame the way it had to happen because, you don't ever want the way you realize there's a problem that you need to fix be somebody screws up so bad you can't ignore it. But at least they have caused a massive amount of support. And hey, our first bipartisan thing we've heard in at least almost 4 years.
Well, like if you scroll down real quick, let's see if they're still there. There was some comments on this. What are some of the people? Let's go back up.
There.
Yeah, reader comments.
The old Chevy. Wow, I bet he had.
Like, I don't see them now, but basically it was just like, who would have thought, Blizzard bringing Republicans and Democrats together, and all this stuff, and it is funny, it's like, oh yeah,
it's what we always needed.
Who would have thought?
We all could agree, fuck Blizzard. Thank you for joining the ranks of Epic and our groups of companies that must be added to that list.
Well, I will say one thing. Blizzard shoved the NBA out of the way and went, no, we can get on our knees faster and longer.
Well, Blizzard did it first. Like, NBA followed them up, and then Blizzard was just like,
out of the way.
I'm going to keep on with this, out of the way, NBA.
I mean, how hardcore is Blizzard about you not saying something about Hong Kong?
Yeah.
You better not say it on Twitch.
I don't know. Some of the guys in the NBA.
You better not say it on Twitch.
I was talking there.
Stop talking to him. He doesn't matter.
No, I mean the thing with the NBA though too is, I mean, if you're on that side of news and stuff, you probably hear more about the NBA than you do Blizzard. Because I have seen where they have consistently continued to have NBA players tweet about this and try, and just keep digging the hole. So, I mean, the NBA is digging a hole here as well.
Having a diverse group of friends like you guys, and I follow sports, I get to see both sides of it. And it's like a race to see who can get there quicker.
It's one of those things where, if you're not getting it on the game side, you're getting it on the sports side, so... but yeah, as you were trying to segue to, so now after all this, Blizzard is now banning people on Twitch. So Hearthstone streamers are for holding pro Hong Kong protest signs during live stream are now getting banned. People who are commenting on live streams about Hong Kong are getting banned.
If you say "Liberate Hong Kong," you will get banned. A particular YouTuber who I've occasionally popped a video up, the Quartering, got banned for just
now here
it.
Blizzard says it's not banning viewers on Twitch because they basically said they banned them because of spamming, but they actually have bots or they have it programmed so that if you say certain words about Hong Kong, it's auto banning you. It's not something that a moderator is doing, so yeah, they can say it's because of spamming, but they're targeting specific non-topic topics.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like censorship.
So, because I mean, yes, if you are a Twitch moderator, I don't know where that was going.
I'm a moderator.
Yeah, if you're a moderator in a chat room, everybody knows. Yeah. If somebody starts spamming something over and over, yes, you're going to end up banning them, at least temporarily. But at the same time, if you set it up in your auto ban for a specific phrase to be banned, then you're basically saying that phrase is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at that point, no, it is not spam. It is that phrase.
And essentially, they're doing it. So out of one side of the mouth, well, I mean, not really. They didn't really issue an apology. They just kind of said, "We'll step back so you'll shut up," but we're not really backing down. And this just shows that apparently they're gonna go with the Chinese market. So I'm gonna join everyone else in calling on the boycott Blizzard. Let them be Chinese and go on over there, man. Sell the rest of your stock to 10 cent. Move your ass out the country. Because if you don't give a crap about our market anymore, then go on.
I did find it funny though that the people that got banned with the boycott Blizzard sign were playing in a Hearthstone tournament, and they waited till they were losing to do the sign. And it's like, wait a second, you're saying boycott Blizzard, but you're playing
Well, no, they
the
refused
tournament.
to continue the tournament. They were allowed to continue, but they said no.
They weren't allowed to continue. After they threw up the sign, they got banned.
No, they got offered to continue before that.
Click over.
They got banned
Hold on.
later.
Click over. Let's go over here. Okay, so there it says so
Dude, it
in the
took
third
them, like,
party
a
with the
long
online.
time.
I know they weren't banned at first, but then they were supposed to show up again, and I thought they got banned before they were supposed to show
No,
up again.
they refused to continue the
Okay.
tournament. They said, she said, we were allowed to continue the tournament. We said we're not going to continue the tournament. And then they banned them, which didn't matter. They had already chosen to not continue the tournament. I've been
Okay.
watching this.
They were on the verge of losing the match before they wielded the sun. Blizzard's camera then cut away, and the caster carried on as nothing had happened, which is what they should have done with the first thing, and it's just pretend like it never happened, cut away.
They were scheduled to play again.
Mm-hmm. They
Yeah.
were scheduled to continue. And they said they weren't going to play. And then Blizzard banned them, but they did not cancel their schedulation until after they had said they weren't
Yeah,
going
they
to play
received
anyway.
a 6-month ban from the competition. While delayed, I appreciate all players being treated equally and no one being above the rules. So yeah, anyway,
Oh.
so that's sort of what's going on with Blizzard right now. Still banning people for saying things. If you're in their Twitch chat room and you want to continue to be in their Twitch chat room, then apparently
Yeah.
do not.
Well,
say.
here's the point too. You can just roll this back a couple of months and watch people make all kind of pro agenda comments on these things. Man, it's clearly just China. I bet you if we even put in half an ass of effort, we could go back and catch them people saying all kind of stuff, and them not caring. I'm 100% sure of that. I would bet a foot that you could go back and find people going blah 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 and such rights or whatever,
Yeah.
or feminism or whatever, and everybody
Blah
like
Trump,
being okay,
blah Hillary.
blah Trump, blah Hillary, impeach or support or assassinate, whatever, crazy stuff. Not that far, but I'm pretty sure that you saw people supporting what were considered approved agendas, and it was okay. But when China popped up, they were like, "Oh hell no!" And we know this can happen.
Well, and that was the
Somebody's
thing. Like
gonna pull
one
this.
of the things that the people were saying was that Blizzard had been staying out of and not choosing sides and stuff like that, and strong on free speech until this came up, and then all of a sudden they weren't.
Yeah.
So when it came to American politics or European politics or any of that, they
That's
just
fine.
let it slide. But then all of a sudden it came to China politics, and
Now it's
then,
like we need to stay on point.
Yeah.
We need to be about the game only. It's
Yeah.
business. This is business.
But it was
And it's
costing
like,
money at that point.
So
Well, they were afraid it was going to cost
all
money
right,
at that
well,
point.
let's. I think that's the last topic we have is the stuff on Blizzard. Well, let's roll one more die
What?
for the random encounters,
But
and
I'm
then
lazy.
we'll end the show. Well, I rolled anyway.
One.
Five.
See, you don't listen to me. You don't listen to me, and you roll the one. Roll again.
Oh,
You're gonna learn.
All right, pull up something horrible.
He's got it. Yeah,
I'm on
it. Dummy. Roll.
I'm a B-list editor.
I hope you roll 18 again, so you can tell us your
Sexy animal.
18. I am a god. My power is maximum. Oh, you can't even believe that happened, can you?
I knew it was gonna happen. As
Tell us
soon as
about-
I rolled, as soon as you said it, I was like, mother.
Tell us about
Fear
those
me.
sexy
Fear
Xeno
me,
animals.
boy. Tell us your sexiest animal.
Oh God, tell us.
Oh.
It ain't his
Beautiful
ex-wife.
and graceful animal.
It's not his ex-wife.
Ooh.
It was an animal, but
Wow.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Thanks for watching the show.
I want. What is your most beautiful
be sure to check us out on Twitch every Sunday at
let's put this list
3:30.
together. Before you go, what do you think?
you
is
better,
beautiful and
or
sexy?
all of them will be Xeno something next week.
Yeah, you don't know. He will pull a full Zeno list. He's threatened before. I think he's already got it typed up.
Let's see. Most beautiful
Oh, graceful.
animal. I don't know. Like, I don't.
Which
I'm not
one
a-
really gets you going?
See, the whole
I mean,
thing is
what
the whole
turns you
reason this
on?
is even on the list is I'm not a big animal person. Like, I don't. There was this animal
He's so
topic that was on
frustrated.
here before. It kept getting rolled. It annoyed the crap out of me,
He's
and
so
so
frustrated.
he threw my name in front of this, and it's using it to torture me on
It's
this
not
random
sexy animals,
encounter.
it's Zeno's
It's
sexy.
sexy
So no matter who
animal.
rolls it, it's Zeno.
No.
Zeno, there's got to be an
So,
animal
come
that you
on.
just
That
think
you
is
just-
a
you
delight
just-
to the eyes.
You've got to just look at.
I
It's
mean,
just,
okay, so if I wanted an animal,
if you
wanted
wanted
an
an
animal?
animal,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa.
like a pet,
Thanks for watching.
Okay, because we
That-
were kidding,
That
sir.
just went way more.
I mean, we were about to get a big furry audience all of a
No,
sudden. It's
no,
about to be
no.
like, boom, we're in the furry market now.
Yeah. I mean, the pet that I always wanted, like if I was to have something,
But
as
it's got
an
to. It's
animal,
got to be
as a
sexy.
pet.
That you think is beautiful and
and
graceful.
sexy. Yeah.
I mean, beautiful's in the eye of the beholder. I
And
mean,
in your eye.
I sort of like I like English bulldogs. I mean, they're not necessarily beautiful,
And
in
they're
a
not
sense,
graceful.
or graceful.
They're a
So-
genetic defect.
I know, and that's my thing. I don't.
That is apparently your thing. Yeah. All right. We've learned something new. Now you can close out. I don't know if I want to hear more.
And he did marry his ex-wife. She was a genetic defect.
Oh, that's your sister,
Yeah.
man.
Good Lord, you're
Wow.
not going to be welcome to Thanksgiving, are you?
She's not, but
Oh, wow, that's sad.
I'm joking. I don't know.
She's
I don't
not
know.
coming for Thanksgiving. I got the text the other day. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Hey,
Thanks for watching,
I
Dice.
married a genetic defect too. I mean,
Thanks for watching,
you
Dice.
seen that lazy eye?
Hold on, I'm gonna end this show. Damn it.
Y'all should send him pictures of bulldogs and lingerie. Now that we know what he's into. Send him to Zeno Davis
No.
at Dicejunkies.
Thanks for watching this show. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. If you want to support this, I don't know what this is anymore. If you want to support it, though, go to Patreon. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/DiceJunkies. You can find out links to everywhere we are online by going to Dicejunkies.com. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, we hope you enjoyed. End it.